should be your focus. To begin, laying in Shavasana, legs extended long, arms to your sides and palms to the sky. Taking whatever adjustments you need to make yourself that much more comfortable, and let the eyes gently close. Settling into your space. Begin your practice. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Allowing the breath to return to a natural rhythm. Breathing with ease in and out of the nose, deep into the belly. Trying to stay in the present moment, letting go of thoughts of past and future. Be aware of the breath as it enters and leaves the body. Feeling the energy of the inhale and the relaxation of the exhale. If and when the mind wanders into thought, acknowledge your thought, the emotion connected to it, the physical reaction to your emotion. When you're ready, let the thoughts fade. Sink back into awareness of the breath, of the present moment. rocking the head from side to side. Inviting bigger and bigger movement into the body. Slowly reach your hands and feet away from one another, stretching through the full body. Keep the arms reaching, bend the knees, place your feet flat to the ground, and gently rock the knees from side to side. Lower the arms, draw the knees into the chest, holding the knees. Continue to gently rock from side to side. Massaging the lower back and hips into the floor. Extend the left leg long, flat to the ground. Interlace the fingers around the right knee, pulling it in tight towards the shoulder. Relax through the hips. Slowly extending the right leg long, flat to the ground. Draw the left knee into the chest, interlacing the fingers around the knee, pulling it in tight towards the left shoulder. Relaxing through the hips on the exhale. Releasing the leg, bending both knees, feet flat to the floor, directly underneath the knees, as wide as the hips. On the inhale, let the right knee drop open. Opening the hip, control the leg all the way down and relax at the bottom. Exhale, slowly draws the knee back up to center. Alternating from leg to leg. Inhale to open. Relax at the bottom. Exhale, draws the knee up to center. Flowing with control, matching movement and breath. You want the movement and breath to end at the same time, whether you're inhaling or exhaling, lifting or lowering. Slowly coming to center, open your feet as wide as the mat. Exhale, let both knees sink to the right. Relaxing at the bottom. Inhale to draw the knees back up to center. Exhale to the left. Slowly coming up to center. Lift the feet off the ground, knees and feet together. Pelvic floor engaged. Hands to the ground for stability. Exhale, lowers the legs to the right. stopping the legs from touching the floor, getting as close as possible. Inhale to draw the knees back up the center. Exhale to the left. Flowing from side to side at your own pace, matching movement and breath. If the twist feels good, maybe lingering in the twist for one full breath. Inhale to come back up to center. Exhale your feet to the floor directly underneath the knees and as wide as the hips. The three middle fingers should be able to touch your heels. Press your heels into the ground, lifting the hips high. Inhale slowly lowers the hips back down. Flowing at your own pace. Exhale to press and lift. Inhale lowers. Engaging through the glutes. Letting the hips return to the ground. Draw the knees into the chest, holding the knees with the hands. And create small circles, clockwise and counterclockwise, making sure to roll in both directions. Everything from the belly button down is fully relaxed. Knees and legs being controlled by the arms. Let your knees roll to one side and press yourself up into a seated position. Legs crossed or extended straight out, whatever is most comfortable, whatever allows you to keep a full, tall spine. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, lowers the left hand to the ground. Inhale to reach through the right arm. Exhale for depth, bending the left elbow. Keep the hips on the floor, don't let them lift. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, lowers the right hand. Inhale to reach. Exhale for depth, bending the supporting elbow. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, lowers the left hand. Inhale to reach. Exhale for depth. Pause for the breath. On your exhale, lower the right hand to the ground, trying to square the shoulders to the floor. If your hand can't reach the ground, place your hand on your knee. Maybe even sinking your head towards the knee. Inhale, slowly coming back up the center. Exhale, lowers the right hip. Inhale to reach through the left. Exhale for depth. Bend the supporting elbow. Pause for the breath. Exhale, lowers the left hand to the ground, squaring the shoulders to the floor, or maybe placing your left hand to your knee. Let the head sink if it's appropriate. Inhale slowly draws you back up the center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the right. Flowing from side to side at your own pace. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Making sure your hands don't drift to a shoulder and you're not turning your head, giving you a full sense of depth. Keep your hands at heart, nose pointing out in the same direction as the hands. The head and hands only move because the torso twists. Try to keep the legs and arms relaxed. Inhale, center, hands to knees, flowing into Sufi grunt. You want to lead with the belly button. Inhale, creates the front half of the circle. Exhale, completes the back half of the circle. Inhale through the front, exhale through the back. Try to keep the head and shoulders in place. Nose over the center line. Slowly coming to center and reverse the flow, creating circles in the opposite direction. And slowly coming to center. Make your way to your hands and knees, setting up into a tabletop. With your tabletop, you want the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Fingers are spread wide, index finger pointing straight out to the front. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Flowing through cat-cow. Inhale, roll the hips, let the belly sink. Open the heart and look up. Exhale to tuck the tailbone, round the spine, head sinks between the arms. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Trying to create a wave, climbing up the spine, head is always last to move. Make sure the body's not shifting forward and back. You want to stay over the palms, over your knees. The next time the spine rounds out, that'll be the last time, using an inhale to return to a neutral spine. And walk your hands forward, letting the shoulders drift forward, straightening the hip into a modified plank pose. If you feel strong and stable, you can flip the toes and lift the knees for a full plank pose. Nice long line, all the way from knees or feet, all the way up to the ears. Don't let the head hang. Flip the toes underneath the feet. Exhale, press into the thumb and pointer fingers, sending the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pressing through the hands, reaching through the shoulders. Trying to create a nice long line from wrist to hip. You can relax the ankles and soften the knees. Maybe allowing the hips to sway from side to side. Let the head hang. Rib cage is tucked in. On your exhale, walk your feet into the hands, forward fold, allowing the body to hang. Head is heavy. Try to keep the head low. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the legs, flatten the spine, rolling through the hips, reaching the ears to the front, supporting on the shin, just below the knee. Try to find length through the back of the leg and through the spine. Make sure you're not tilting your head out, you're reaching the back of the neck, back of the head. Exhale, fold forward, let the body hang. Give a slight bend to the knees. Inhale, ragdoll yourself up, rolling the spine into a standing posture. Reach your hands high and release the fingers. Exhale, lean to the left, reaching through the right arm. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right, reaching through the left arm. Make sure the body's not twisting. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, fold forward, hinging in the hip, weight even through the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the legs, flatten the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand tall, reach the hands high. Interlace the fingers. Exhale to open through the front body, taking it back up. Inhale for length. Exhale for depth. Be more concerned with length than depth. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Hinge in the hip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart, step the right foot back. Ground the heel on a 45. Inhale, reach your hands high, warrior one. You want the knee directly over the ankle or behind it, don't let it go past. Back foot angled off. Relax the shoulders. Drop your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, or palms on hips. Inhale to press, open the chest. Try to straighten the arms or draw the elbows together. Inhale, reach the hands high, gaze forward. Exhale, hands to heart, shift your weight forward, step the feet together, sink your hips down and back, chair pose. Trying to keep your knees over your feet, don't create weird angles. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart, step the left foot back. Ground the heel on a 45. Inhale, reach your hands high, warrior one. Trying to square the hips and shoulders to the front edge of the mat, shoulders relaxed. Slow, calm, steady breath. Relax the shoulders, dropping the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers or place your palms on your hips. Inhale, press, open the chest. We're trying to draw the elbows together. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart, shift your weight forward, step the feet together, sink the hips down and back, chair pose. Nice tall spine, making sure the knees are not going forward. You want to send the hips as far back as possible, like you're trying to sit down on a stool. Inhale, stand tall, reach the hands high. Exhale, fold forward, hinging in the hip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, ground the palms, bend the knees if you need to, get the hands to the floor, and step your feet back to plank. Whether you're on your feet or on your toes, or dropping down to the knees. Exhale, slowly lowers you through the downward push-up, squeezing the elbows into the ribs, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest for cobra. You want to keep the hips on the floor. If you feel pinching the lower back or lifting too high. Exhale, slowly lowers you back down. Drape the arms along the side of the body, palms facing the floor. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, lowers you down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lowers. Trying to relax the full body on the exhale. From head to toe. Training the body to relax with one breath. If you want to increase the intensity, incorporating the hands and feet into the lift. Still fully relaxing on the exhale. On your next exhale, draw the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, presses you up through table. Exhale your hips back into a child's pose. Sinking your hips to your feet, arms extended long. Try to open the knees to allow the belly to expand. Drawing the breath deep into the belly. If having the knees bent this deeply is not appropriate for you, keeping your hip over your knee, and either dropping down to the elbows for modified puppy pose, or full puppy pose by extending the arms long and letting the chest sink to the ground. time in child's pose. Take the time you need. If you're ready, inhale slowly lifts you up into your tabletop. Flip the toes as you let the shoulders drift forward. Modified plank pose. Exhale to press into the hands. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Maybe allowing the hips to sway from side to side. Slowly walk your feet to the outside of the hands. Semi-wide leg forward. Allowing the torso to hang, head is heavy. Cross the arms in front of your face and let the body sway from side to side. You want the movement to be generated through the feet and hips. Torso acts like a pendulum. Slowly coming to center, release the arms, slight bend to the knees. Inhale, ragdoll yourself up, rolling the spine into a standing posture, reaching the hands up and away from one another. Standing star pose, opening the heart and spine. Exhale, hands to heart, shift weight into the left foot, draw the right foot in for tree pose. Try to open the knee, opening the hip. You can keep the ball of the foot on the floor for stability, resting the sole of the foot on the ankle. Maybe challenging your balance by lifting the foot up to the calf. If you have greater balance and flexibility, maybe drawing the foot to the inner thigh. As long as you're not pressing sideways into the knee. Sideways pressure into the knee will cause damage over time. Nice tall spine. Slowly point the knee towards the front, extend the leg long. Exhale, lowers the foot nice and wide. If you have knee issues, fold forward. If you have healthy knees, inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart and sink your hips in between your feet. Low squat. Trying to place the elbows to the inside of the knees, hands to heart. You are trying to keep the heels grounded. If the heels are lifted, I want you to ground your palms, bend the elbows, creating a shelf with the back of the arm, and lean your weight into the back of the arm. Relaxing through the hips. This is all about the hip opener. Elbows are to the inside of the knees, hands to heart, nice tall spine. You want to go deeper, fingertips together, drawing your thumbs to your heart. Exhale to release, inhale to rise. Reach your hands up and away from one another, standing star pose. Exhale, hands to heart, shift weight into the right foot, draw the left foot in, tree pose. Either keeping the ball of the foot on the floor for stability, or lifting the foot to the calf, or maybe all the way to the inner thigh. No pressure into the knee. Nice tall spine, sinking into your dristi. The dristi is your focus point, something you can gaze into and let the gaze get blurred. Stare off into your gaze. If you're having a hard time find balancing, it may be because your mat is too squishy. You may step off the edge of the mat to make it a little bit more accessible for yourself. Slowly point the knee towards the front. Extend the leg long. Exhale, lowers the foot nice and wide. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Hinging in the hip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, ground the palms. Step your feet back to plank. Whether you're on your toes or on your knees. Exhale, slowly lowers you down. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest. Exhale, lowers you down. Inhale to table. And exhale into a seated position. Knees bent, feet flat to the ground. Draw the knees and feet together, holding underneath. Lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, roll the shoulders back, opening the chest. And let the weight of the torso hover your feet off the floor. Maybe even lifting the shins parallel to the floor, or even straightening the knees. If neither of those variations is accessible, maybe you're going to challenge yourself by extending the arms. You want to keep a nice tall spine, chest up. If you have a more advanced practice, maybe raising the arms. Choose whichever variation is most appropriate for you. As the body tires, exhale, slowly lowers the feet back down to the ground. Place the hands behind you, fingers facing forward, and gently rock the knees from side to side. You may find some tender spots in the glutes. If that's the case, using the ground to roll them out. Massage the glutes with the ground. Slowly coming to center. Extend the legs long. Drawing the toes, inhale, lengthen through the spine, reach the hands high. Exhale to spill forward, rolling belly to thigh, chest to knee, head to shin. Seated forward fold. Trying to keep the knees straight first. Belly to thigh, chest to knee, head to shin. Whichever depth you're in, try to draw the toes in towards your face or towards your head to get even more intense into the posture. Inhale to slowly come back up. Exhale to roll to your back. Moving as slowly as possible. You may need to support underneath the thigh. Maybe you can float the hands. Maybe you can float the hands and feet. You want to choose a variation that allows you to move as slowly as possible with full control. Once fully laying down, open the arms into a T. Bending at the elbow if you're limited for space. Draw the knees into the chest. Exhale to sink the knees to the right, falling into a twist, maybe using the right hand to hold the legs in place. If this is too aggressive, maybe lowering the knees a bit, or sliding a block or a pillow underneath the legs to support the knees, control your depth. If you want to go further into the posture, extending the bottom leg straight down the mat. Let go of tension on your exhale. short or choppy, restricted, you're in too deep. You want to be able to relax with the breath. To slowly draw the knees back up to center, pausing at center, gently rocking from side to side. And when you're ready, exhale lowers the knees to the left side, extending the right arm out to the side. Maybe left hand holding the legs in place, supporting with blocks or extending the bottom leg wall. To draw the knees back up to center. Placing your feet flat to the floor, gently rock the knees from side to side. Coming into a figure four, or thread the needle, placing the right ankle over top of the left knee, allowing the knee to drop open. You're trying to open the hip. You can get deeper by pressing the right hand to the right thigh. You can even go deeper by drawing the left foot in and even lifting the heel. If you want to go deeper, both hands reach behind the left thigh, interlacing the fingers, pulling the knee in tight. You can use a strap in this case. You just can't interlace your fingers. If you have greater flexibility, maybe reaching to the front of the shin. Try to keep that right leg as relaxed as possible. Making sure the right hand is in between the thighs. Releasing the legs, uncrossing the ankle, moving to the opposite side, placing the left ankle over top of the right knee, allowing the leg to drop open. Maybe even pressing the left hand to the left thigh, drawing the right foot in closer and even lifting the heel. Or maybe reaching both hands behind the right thigh, interlacing the fingers, pulling the knee in tight. You want the spine to be flat to the ground here. Don't want the spine digging into the floor. Slowly and gently releasing the legs, uncrossing the ankle. Open your feet as wide as the mat. Let the right knee sink to the left side. Looking for a stretch on the outside of the right leg. This may be as intense as you want to get. If you want to get deeper, Left foot placed on top of the right knee, pushing that leg down further. If this is getting too intense, make a fist with the left hand, sliding the fist underneath the left thigh to control your depth. Slowly come back up to center. Placing the right ankle over top of the left knee. Letting the knee sink to the right side. Trying to get a stretch through the front of the left hip. Making a fist with the right hand if this is getting too intense. Slowly come back up to center. Reach your hands in between the knees, grabbing the shin just below the knee, allowing the legs to drop open like a book. Getting a stretch through the inner thigh, relaxing through the hips. If you want to go deeper, maybe sliding the hands to the ankles, or maybe moving into happy baby. Holding the outside blade of the foot, opening the soles of the feet to the sky, letting the knees sink towards the armpits. If your spine is digging into the ground, switch your grip. Peace fingers holding onto the big toe. Slow, calm, deep breath deep into the belly. Whether you're holding your feet or your legs, try to straighten the knees. Getting an even deeper stretch through the inner thigh. Maybe even pulling your feet down towards the ground. Slowly and gently releasing the legs. Holding the knees, gently rocking from side to side. Taking whatever final adjustments you need to prep yourself for our final resting pose. Making your way into Shavasana, laying flat on your back, legs extended long, arms to your sides and palms to the sky, or moving into a seated position to end with the seated meditation. The choice is entirely yours. Letting the eyes gently close. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. Let your awareness fall to the body, relaxing the legs and the hips, arms, and shoulders. Soften the belly. Release your back. Release the ribs and the chest. Relax your neck, your face. Unclench the jaw and allow the eyes to be gentle. Shift your awareness to the breath. Slowly deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Pulling the breath deep into the belly. Using the inhale to draw in love, peace, and tranquility. Exhale to let go of any energy that opposes your tranquility, peace, and your love. Exhale out the mouth. Invite small movements to the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling into the wrists, the ankles, and gently rocking the head from side to side. Inviting in bigger and bigger movement into the body. Maybe reaching your hands and feet away from one another, stretching through the full body. Or even bending the knees, placing the feet flat to the floor and rocking the knees from side to side. Or pulling the knees into the chest, creating small circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. Letting your knees roll to one side, and gently pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Taking these final moments for a practice of gratitude. Finding just one thing to be grateful for, no matter how big or small. Drawing gratitude into the heart as you want to feel gratitude, not just think it. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale,